Looking for financial insights you can trust?
How do you protect yourself as an investor? What's the strategy?
I think it's really simple. I think you just want to be diversified in your portfolio.
The Payne family brings real-world experience to every conversation.
Well, I think that's the problem right now is, right, a lot of people that are close to retirement, they're taking so much risks. And if we do get a big sell-off, it could derail their retirement.
Listen to the Pain Points of Wealth on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
¿Hablas español?
Sprichst du Deutsch?
Kann du Norsk?
If you used Babbel, you would. Babbel's conversation-based techniques teaches you useful words and phrases to get you speaking quickly about the things you actually talk about in the real world, with lessons handcrafted by over 200 language experts and voiced by real native speakers. Babbel is like having a private tutor in your pocket. Start speaking with Babbel today. Get up to 55% off your Babbel subscription right now at babbel.com/Spotify. Spelled BABBEL.com/Spotify. Rules and restrictions may apply.
The Stone Zone. Entertaining and informative.
On the Red Apple Podcast Network.
Welcome to the Stone Zone. My name is Ken Matthews, in for Roger tonight. Always a pleasure to be here. It's December 10th, Wednesday, or as some people call in the MAGA movement, Trump Day! 800-848-9222. I think we'll start with a Charlie Kirk update because that's what, the memos have went out. We're not allowed to talk about that in podcast media, in the podcast world. Full disclosure, I am one of the podcasters, and my 11 people in the audience, it's down from 13 last week, but my 11 people will vouch for the fact that I am doing my best to get to the truth of who killed Charlie Kirk, and I do not believe the FBI's fantasy story, and we can elaborate on that after, and if you'd like to weigh in, it's 800-848-9222 on the Red Apple Audio Networks. But by all means, weigh in if you'd like. You can also email me directly, ken@kenmatthewsmedia.com. And I have a real problem with how it's been handled by TPUSA, how it's been handled by the FBI, how it's been handled by everybody from Kash Patel to the news media. I think the news media are among the lamest, especially the corporate news media. They're the biggest embarrassment to the First Amendment currently that's out there. In the meantime, Erica Kirk is out and about. She's doing tours. She's doing what do they call those? The Q&A thing, the town meetings or whatever. She just had one with CBS. Okay. She just did one with CBS, and the new news editor at CBS, I think her name is Barry Weiss. So Barry Weiss was the monitor on CBS network, but she's been on Fox. She's been on ABC. I think she was on 60 Minutes. So Erica Kirk is out and about. As you know, she is the CEO of TPUSA. And she was addressing the questions that some of us in the podcast world, and again, I'm very tiny in the podcast world. I'm not like some of the people that are at the top of this debate right now as far as the controversy, because it's getting really hot. It's getting really hot. And part of me is, again, kind of excited because it's an opportunity to get to the truth. And the truth leads to incredible places. Most people are made uncomfortable by the truth. We all want to hear what we want to hear. We want what we think we know reinforced. That's not reality, though. Reality is the fact that there's just a lot of things that don't add up in the Charlie Kirk investigation, much like Jan 6, much like the 2020 election. There's a whole bunch. Okay, so let's get Erica's take. This Erica Kirk, and the question was, what do you think about these people, especially these podcasters, questioning the behavior and the response of TPUSA employees and trying to question you and get more details about what may have happened?
Come after me, call me names, I don't care. Call me what you want. Go down that rabbit hole, whatever. But when you go after my family, my Turning Point USA family, my Charlie Kirk Show family, when you go after the people that I love, and you're making hundreds and thousands of dollars every single episode.
Okay, let's pause it right there, because I will say this. I don't know if her acting is getting better or worse. I don't know. You can weigh in on that. I thought it was overacting at the memorial, but then again, I've never lost a spouse to a, assassination. And we still don't know who did it. But we wanted to give her some room to kind of get her place and relax. But what's happening is we're not getting answers from TPUSA. And they are expected to deliver answers. We're not getting answers from FBI. We're just getting lies. But the thing that really energized me to go deeper on this, and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people across the world, everybody's trying to get to the truth. I mean, I think we should get some type of stipend from the federal government because the FBI is not doing jack on this. But I just want to point out the fact that she made this comment like anybody who's investigating her husband's death is making money off him. And I'm going to say no. I'm going to say the people that are making money off of Charlie Kirk are all the people that are selling the swag on their podcast. All the people that are saying, and go to my website now and get a Charlie TPUSA hat or a Remember Charlie T-shirt, or I'm Charlie Kirk, or we're all Charlie, or any number of other things. Okay, there's the fact that they made $90 million. Well, now let me see what the number is now. Okay, since Charlie was murdered, $140 million. TPUSA has made $140 million. So please don't lecture a bunch of podcasters trying to get to the truth when the memorial was more like a rally and a revenue generating opportunity for so many people that were there. And I'm not saying this about Erica. I'm just saying, wake up. I get the whole thing. There was an assassination. It was a horrible time, but that doesn't mean get rid of the First Amendment and everybody needs to shut up and do what you say. And what she's saying there about, hey, you can say anything you want about me, but don't you go after my TPUSA family. We just asked you a simple question. We've been asking simple questions since the beginning. Simple questions, not allegations. See, this is the game. This is the gaslighting. This is where people ask questions and then it goes around the room and it's interpreted as, I can't believe they're insinuating. Stop reading people's minds. Just answer the question. It's the wrong gun. It was the wrong guy. None of it makes sense. The witnesses don't line up. The timeline's off. And TPUSA's been caught in lie after lie. Every week they're caught in a different lie. So here's Erica continuing with Harris Faulkner, who is obviously on Team Erica.
Going after the people that I love because somehow they're in on this. No. Okay,
where did you even come up with that? Going after the people you love because somehow they're in on this? Because we're riding Kash Patel and Dan Bongino to do more? We're disgusted with the local law enforcement there. We can't get anybody to investigate mystery flights, contradictory witnesses. That has nothing to do with the people you love. I don't even know your family. But see, this is designed as a threat. This is designed to make anyone who questions what they see shut up. This is the same behavior you get with most things that go sideways, whether they're conspiratorial or not, whether it's Jan 6, whether it's a stolen election, it's the same thing. How dare you question the integrity of the American election? You're undermining the vote, Ken. How dare you? Are you trying to say that someone rigged your precinct? Exactly. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm not attacking your family. I'm just, you see? It's all gaslighting. And I think she took her acting over the top here, personally. This is just my opinion. And hold on, I just want to see. Yeah, they haven't canceled the First Amendment yet. We're getting close, but we still got it.
I have to say it. I've never seen you like this.
No.
I have to say that. I've never seen you like this, Erica. Holy moly. Hey, everybody. Erica seems a little pissed off. Oh, my God. Yeah, this is a $250 million thing she's in charge of now, and she's getting a little ticked off about the questions.
This is righteous anger because this.
If you need to tell me that your presentation is righteous anger, it's not righteous, nor is it anger. Remember that, kids. It's like when someone says to you, like a politician, look, I'm not lying to you now. I'm promising I'm telling you the truth. I'm not lying. This is me being honest. I'm not lying. I'm not lying now. You see, beware. This is political blather, and it breaks my heart. But somebody's putting pressure on somebody.
This is not okay. It's not healthy. This is a mind virus.
This is a mind virus. This is not okay. It's not healthy. All you Americans questioning what happened to Charlie Kirk when his throat got shot out in front of millions of people live. And everybody was making mistakes, from the security team to first aid to law enforcement to it's a book of what not to do. From the pre-investigation to the post. And she's saying, it's a mind virus. This is sick. How dare you? See, I would have went something like this. And again, I only have 11 listeners, but by gosh, they're loyal. I would have went something like this. When you go on, Erica, you got to dial it back because people already have a bad impression of you. No fault of your own, but dial it back. I would have went on Harris Faulkner and I would have said, first of all, let me just say there's a lot of stuff going around on the internet. And I want to thank the people that care enough about Charlie and this country to investigate and question and send us leads. And I just want to thank you and pray for you and bless you for helping in this investigation, because it's a very complicated investigation. There's a lot of moving parts. And the fact that people are putting their podcast on the line or their reputation to try to help us get to the truth, we are praying for you. That's how I would have played it. I wouldn't have said, shut up and stop asking questions, because every time Kash Patel says that, and Donald Trump says that, and Dr. Fauci says that, and I could go on, you're just getting the American people angrier than they already are about everything and anything. So you want to call attention to something that's wrong? You did it on Fox News.
Yes, I believe in our judicial system. I do. We have a hell of a team working on this. Excuse my French. But this is not okay.
So you want to put these people back in the box where they've been creeping from?
See that? See? Harris is in on it. Wake up, people. Wake up. It wasn't, what exactly do you mean like that? By that? It's, so you want to put these people back in a box. These people that crawled out and questioned the caliber, the shooter, the amount of shooters, who knew, who didn't know. The aircraft that have been confirmed, the foreign phones that have been confirmed, the bad first aid that has been confirmed. You want to put all these people back in the box, the slimy box that they climbed out of. How dare they question seeing a murder on TV in their own country? Probably one of the biggest since RFK, if you look at it demographically.
I don't care what box you're in. But just know that your words are very powerful, and we are human. My team are not machines, and they're not robots. They are human. We have more death threats on our team and our side than I have ever seen. I have kidnapping threats. I have, you name it, we have it. And my poor team is exhausted. And every time they bring this back up, what are we supposed to do? Relive that trauma all over again?
See, she never answered the question. I mean, I pray for people that suffer loss. But if anybody's buying this, let me know. Let me know where I'm wrong. But this, to me, is just one more pushback on the First Amendment. And when the media gets involved and the government gets involved, we got the FBI telling us, shut up, stop asking questions. We got Harris Faulkner telling us to crawl back in our box where we crawled out of to ask questions. The American people are pretty smart, and we can see through a lot of this ridiculousness. And I got to tell you, it's been a ridiculous year and a sad one. We'll be taking your calls coming up in the Stone Zone, 800-848-9222. Be right back.
This is Roger Stone. The holidays are here, and it's the time of year when travel, crowds, and cold weather mean one thing. Everybody's getting sick. And in moments like this, you don't want to rely on the bureaucracy, the nonsense, or the slow-moving medical machine. You want control. You want to be prepared. You want options. That's why I want to tell you about All Family Pharmacy, a company that actually puts you in charge of your health. You can go to allfamilypharmacy.com/stone, place your order online, and a licensed physician reviews it. Once approved, your medication ships directly to your doorstep. Fast, private, and secure. So whether you're looking for ivermectin, antibiotics, or everyday maintenance medications, All Family Pharmacy now has you covered. No waiting rooms, no runaround, no interference. This holiday season, don't gamble with your health or your family's health. Stay prepared, stay protected, stay in control. Visit allfamilypharmacy.com/stone and now save 10% with code STONE10. Take charge of your health because nobody cares about your freedom more than you do.
This podcast is brought to you by Carvana. Carvana lets you buy your next car on your terms. Explore a massive inventory online, filter for what matters, and find your perfect match. Then choose delivery to your home or pick it up at one of Carvana's iconic car vending machines. Every car also comes with a 7-day money-back guarantee, so you can make sure it's the right fit. Buy your car on Carvana. Delivery or pickup fees may apply. Limitations and exclusions may apply. See our 7-day return policy at Carvana.com.
Carvana. Okay, only 10 more presents to wrap. You're almost at the finish line. But first... there, the last one. Enjoy a Coca-Cola for a pause that refreshes.
The Lincoln Wishlist sales event is happening now. Here's what's on everyone's wish list. Enjoying holiday jingles with brilliant 3D audio that surrounds you? Check. Watching snow flurries through the panoramic Vista roof? Check. Packing up presents with the spacious Lincoln Splitgate? Check. Everything you want. All standard on the 2025 Lincoln Navigator SUV. Visit your local Lincoln retailer or learn more at Lincoln.com for exceptional offers on 2025 Lincoln vehicles today.
The Stone Zone. Entertaining and informative.
On the Red Apple Podcast Network.
So nice that you're here tonight. My name is Ken Matthews. Always a pleasure to guest host for Mr. Stone. I'm not stoned. Let me just make it perfectly clear that I am not stoned. I just misspoke. Roger Stone in the Stone Zone on the Red Apple Audio Networks. 800-848-9222. And before I forget, coming December 20th, Home for the Holidays with Mr. Christmas, Vinny Madunio. Get ready to slay your night away with live performances, ugly sweaters, and jolly friends, who I'm sure will be even jollier as the night progresses.
They'll be like elves. Santa's elves.
It's Mr. Christmas, Vinny Madunio, singing your holiday favorites live in concert, December 20th. I love live holiday music. It gives me goosebumps. I'm getting goosebumps now just talking about it, or maybe someone put the air conditioning on by accident. But anyway, for more info and tickets, go to Home for the Holidays, Home for the Holidays, 2025.com. Home for the Holidays, 2025.com. It's Mr. Christmas, Vinny Madunio, live in concert. That's Home for the Holidays, 2025.com. And please, if you're thinking about sending me a personal gift, keep it under $1,000. I'm sorry, that was totally unnecessary. Don't do that, by the way. Don't do that. Give it to charity. You know, a Democrat won the Miami mayoral race for the first time in nearly 30 years. I mean, that was a big GOP loss. And I forget what that guy's name was. It was a Latino guy in Miami. Forget his name. Trump endorsed him. Democrats have taken control of Miami for the first time in 30 years. Candidate Eileen Higgins, she's a white lady, clinched the city's mayoral election. Bueno, bueno, they said. Andale, the other candidate said. Wow. And President Trump was in my neck of the woods. He was in the Poconos, which is about an hour north of me, and I'm about an hour north of Philly. The White House said The president's speech, which you may or may not heard dozens of clips scattered throughout the media, is the kickoff event for a tour around the country focused on his economic agenda as President Trump attempts to save the midterms before it's too late. What do you think? I don't know. He might be able to do it. I don't know. I don't know. But if he could get Ilhan Omar to admit she married her brother, that's a darn good start right there. I'm Ken Matthews in for Roger Stone. 800-848-9222.
What if an appliance emergency didn't have to be? If your appliances suddenly decided they were done, don't stress. Best Buy has you covered with a wide variety of major appliances from trusted brands, in stock and available now. So you don't have to worry about laundry piling up, refilling the fridge, or that big dinner party you're hosting. Because Best Buy has the knowledge and expertise to get you the right appliance for your home. Learn more at bestbuy.com. Best Buy. Imagine that.
REI Co-op presents a perfect outdoor moment with the perfect gift. Picture this. You're ripping with your favorite person. Bluebird skies, blower powder, and frankly, you're skiing like legends.
So sick. Another lap?
Thanks to REI's curation, from lid to sticks, you nailed the gift.
No way. How'd you know?
Does it get more perfect than that? Give without guessing. Shop in store or visit rei.com.
How do I do it all during the holidays? 4 words. Shipped, same day, delivery. With Shipped, I can order groceries from Albertsons, decor from Michael's, even gifts for my furry friend from PetSmart. Plus, my personal shopper brings everything I need that same day. That makes it a breeze to decorate, get my shopping done, and make time for all the holiday parties. Do it all this holiday season with Shipped. Download the app or visit Shipped.com. That's SHIPT.com.
Rain-X wipers are the #1 wiper blades in America. That means all kinds of drivers choose Rain-X. Big drivers in small cars choose Rain-X. Small drivers in big cars choose Rain-X. Drivers with long hair and short commutes choose Rain-X. Drivers with short hair and long commutes choose Rain-X. Drivers with pets on board, babies on board, and bored babies on board choose Rain-X. Basically, drivers who love a clear view of the road all choose Rain-X wipers, the #1 wiper blades in America.
The Stone Zone, entertaining and informative.
On the Red Apple Podcast Network.
Oh, it's good to see you again. My name is Ken Matthews. I'm in for Roger tonight in the Stone Zone, 800-848-9222. I am a podcaster, and I fill in for Roger from time to time and occasionally elsewhere. You can find me, I'm on Facebook, I'm on Twitter and X, and I guess Twitter would be the easiest place to troll or follow me. But I'm also on Rumble and a bunch of other things, platforms. You can just Google me if you want to troll me, or if you want to threaten me, you can call me directly. That's always an option. Not here. Don't call me here. We're on the Red Apple Audio Networks, by the way. And imagine you're in a business meeting with the President of the United States. And he said, well, there's a lot of stuff going on. And then he says this. So you're in this business meeting earlier today, and he says,
as you probably know, we've just seized a tanker on the coast of Venezuela, a large tanker, very large. Largest one ever seized, actually. And other things are happening, so you'll be seeing that later, and you'll be talking about that later with some other people. Very excitingly for me and for the country.
Wow. I'm sorry. I laughed because he said, biggest one ever seized. It's always the biggest, the best. Whatever, you know. I don't know why he did that, though. So we have seized an oil tanker near Venezuela at gunpoint. I guess it was a special ops raid. And I hope we got some good video of that, because that's what special ops are known for. You know, land, sea, air. But that's it. I mean, if you've ever seen that, I've only seen simulations of it. If you ever have a chance, by the way, if you want a great vacation spot, go down to the Port St. Lucie area in Florida. And don't panic, MAGA people, because it's still close enough to go by Mar-a-Lago. It's like an hour and 20 minutes from Mar-a-Lago. But I don't know if people know this, especially some of the people in Florida and people moved to Florida recently. South Beach in Fort Pierce, Florida, the beach that I learned to surf on. And let me just say, I was a very mediocre surfer. However, in that very spot is the Navy SEAL UDT Museum, and it's legendary. So if you ever have a chance, it's been down there for well over, I'm thinking, 20, 25 more years or more? It's really a cool place to check out. So if you are as, military positive as I am, I just think the military's awesome, okay? And I think special ops is the elite of the elite of the elite, okay? And if you ever have a chance, go to the Navy SEAL Museum. It's awesome. You could take your kids there. You can take, it's very family friendly, but they have full-sized vehicles and boats, and they have boats that they used in Vietnam. They have boats from Desert Storm. I mean, it is amazing. It's amazing. You know that movie Captain Phillips, when they rescued Captain Phillips from the pirates, and Captain Phillips escaped in the the rescue capsule boat? It was like that orange, almost looked like a big pill. Remember? And then the Navy SEAL took out the guy, kept waiting and waiting, and when that's what snipers have to do. They have to wait and wait and wait, and then well, they have that in the museum, and the bullet hole is there. So needless to say, I was excited about it. Sorry, I had to digress and just tell you about that, because I know there's probably people in our audience that visit Florida, or you have family in Florida. So it's in Fort Pierce, Florida. It's Navy SEAL Museum. I wish I could say, tell them Ken Matthews sent you, but I don't get any money for this. I just think that it's something that, especially if you really are proud of our military and special ops, and you're a SEAL fanboy like I am, you want to check that out. So I'm presuming it was probably a combination of special forces, or I'm sure your Ranger friends and your Green Beret friends will argue over, who did it or whatever. But I'm sure the SEALs played some role in it, just because they have the ways to stealthily chase down a ship. But again, all that put aside, I'm trying to figure out why we captured an oil tanker near Venezuela at gunpoint. I'm thinking it's what I said last week when I was filling in the Stone Zone, and that was, before Christmas, we're going to war with Venezuela. And I'm kind of thinking that's one of the levers right there. I don't know if they're going to call up Maduro and say, you ever want your oil again? I don't know, but I'm still trying to figure that out. Or if they're going to say, hey, there was drugs on that oil tanker. I don't know. You do know that Venezuela is the most oil-rich country in this hemisphere, I believe, outside of us. We got a lot going on. We got a lot of gas going on and some other things. House passes a $900 billion military defense bill. And then I like how Fox put it. They said, after the Republican revolt collapses. We weren't revolting. We're just revolted by war. The people that voted against it. I mean, we're sending more money to the Middle East. Of course, that goes without saying. We're sending more money to the Ukraine, which is absurd. But we did get them to stop sending money to the Taliban, because a lot of people didn't know we were sending pallets of cash every week to the Taliban since Joe Biden blew it. That's true. And Tim Burchett, he took the gloves off, and he called out the person that was stalling the bill initially to keep the money from going to the Taliban. That's usually what happens. We pull out, we leave all our stuff for them. Here's a helicopter. We, because of our own ignorance, in this case, it was the Biden State Department. That was a State Department run operation. A lot of people don't know that. So whatever you do in that particular case, the exfil from Afghanistan and that base, that was all State Department coordinated. It was not, the military would have done it correctly. I can assure you. the military would have not, they would have not had armed Marines standing down while the Taliban killed children in front of them. That would never have happened if it was the military. But it wasn't. It was the State Department. And that's the problem, especially if you have idiots in the State Department. And we had a whole bunch under Biden.
Hey, everybody, Tim Burchett. As you know, as I've been championing the cause to quit paying the dadgum Taliban $40 million or $45 million, whatever it is, a week. We've given them over $5 billion total since the Biden administration. Every week, we can't stop the bill. We can't get the bill passed in the Senate. It's taken me over a year to get it out of the dadgum House. And we got a fellow over in the Senate who was a staffer, but he was a former, I believe, ambassador to Afghanistan. And his name is what? Tom West. And apparently, our good friend Tulsi Gabbard and the Trump administration denied him his security clearance because of his alleged cozy relationship with the Taliban. And so I suspect that's what's going on in the Senate. That's why they're stopping the bill. And people say, well, y'all are in the majority. Why don't you just act like it? Well, you got to have 60 votes over there to pass a bill of this significance. And that's the holdup. And we're going to continue to see this kind of nonsense until the country wakes up. And I don't care what party you're in. We shouldn't be paying these people.
I couldn't agree more. So let's hope that gets through. At least he's exposing some of the... I mean, this was known well over a year ago. There were several whistleblowers that came out, but we know usually people only want to hear the whistleblowers. They just want to hear their own whistle. You could tell people all day long that, numerous special operations people and whistleblowers and CIA people and intel people have come out since we left Afghanistan and have went on the record saying, we've been delivering pallets of cash in unmarked aircraft and loaning armored vehicles to the Taliban to transport it. Why am I talking like Tim Burchett now for some reason? Doggone it. Anyway, but that's been the case. So, I think it's great. I think the military should get a raise. I think 4% is not enough. They should have given them a 5% raise. But then when you look at the fact that there's no money, I mean, we are broke. We're broke. We are broke as a country. $38 trillion. No one ever talks about it. We're always in denial about it. We don't even make our own money. We borrow money and we pay the Federal Reserve. So, I think it's great. But I also know there's a lot of fat and pork in that bill because most of those bills are designed to keep defense companies happy. That's what they're designed to do. If those bills were designed, I'm talking about the defense bills, okay? If they were designed to take care of the troops, there would not be soldier housing and on-base housing and troops dealing with what they have to deal with domestically on base. It just wouldn't happen. There wouldn't be leaky roofs and the toilets don't work or the heat doesn't work or we can't afford groceries for our baby when we're in the field. That wouldn't even be an issue. And I just noticed that senators and congressmen, they never run out. They always make sure. I'm not aiming this at Tim Burchett, obviously. I'm saying that it's the people that make the decisions. They always put themselves first. So it sounds good. $900 billion. Everybody's going to be talking about it. Sure, it'll be on Fox and Friends. But where is the money going exactly? And why are we still sending money to the Taliban? That's just obscene. It's totally obscene. It's obscene. You have people from Miami to Los Angeles, men and women that serve this country. They're sleeping on grates in the middle of the winter. They're trying to find a homeless shelter and get some food or medical coverage. And we're giving money to the Taliban. See, these are the things that, as a podcaster, this is the stuff that I obsess over. And I'm wondering, and what I do is I go through the list of things each day and I say, who in the public eye, who in the mainstream cares about it? And Tim Burchett is one. And there's always people out there that are bringing up these issues. But most of them aren't. I mean, we should have put a stop to that Taliban thing how many years ago? Think about that. Think about that. We left them the base. The biggest one was Bagram Air Force Base, right? Wasn't it Bagram Air Base or something? Yeah. The biggest one in the Middle East. And the most equipped. The longest runways. And we left them planes and helicopters and drones. We left them hundreds of drones. And now they're being used on us. All over the Middle East. Because the Taliban called all its affiliates, which is anybody that wants to kill us or innocent people, those are all team players with the Taliban, and they're the marketer for that. They're cutting deals. Hey, you're not going to believe it. They just left all these helicopters, and we've got all these trucks. You guys want a truck? Yeah, we can give you a truck. You want some cash? I'll tell you, we're throwing a bonus of cash. You want some sea rations? How about portable medical units? You want some of those? We left them all. Nobody talks about that. So you can tell me all day that the House passed the military defense bill, blah, blah, blah. And it doesn't mean anything to me because our money is paper. There's no value behind it. So they're going to move some money around and some defense contractors will get rich. Do I sound cynical? I'm not. I'm just skeptical. There's a difference. You know what Henry Ford said? He said, it is well enough that people of the nation do not understand our banking and monetary system. For if they did, Henry Ford went on to say, I believe there would be a revolution before tomorrow morning. I agree with Mr. Ford's assessment, Mr. Henry Ford's assessment. In fact, as I prepared for this show, I thought there's got to be some other great quotes about how the Federal Reserve is corrupt and very few people know how it works. And people in economics class learn how to work with it and around it. They don't learn what a bad idea it was. But let's talk about the Federal Reserve for a second. You know, since we're $38 trillion in debt, and next year we're going to pay $1.8 trillion in interest, and our taxes are going to go up. Did you know the majority of what we're paying in our debt annually is interest? So if you want to get a sense of it, look at your credit card or look at your mortgage, go into the fine print. Well, and take that and then times it by a few trillion. And you'll see how messed up it is. We'll get back to this in a moment. We're in the Stone Zone. The number's 800-848-9222. I'm Ken Matthews in for Roger. We're coming right back.
How does PwC take your company to the leading edge? They bring the sharpest minds in tech to your team, so you can bring the ideas that will transform your business. They're passionate about your industry, so you can walk into any room with every advantage. And they're with you every step of the way, so you can know you're headed in the right direction. PwC builds for what's next, so you can get there now. Get started at pwc.com/us/leading edge.
Shopify's point of sale system helps you sell at every stage of your business. Need a fast and secure way to take payments in person? We've got you covered. How about card readers you can rely on anywhere you sell?
Thanks. Have a good one.
Yep, that too. Want one place to manage all your online and in-person sales? That's kind of our thing. Wherever you sell, businesses that grow with Shopify. Sign up for your $1 a month trial at shopify.com/Spotify. Shopify.com/Spotify.
When you own your own business, you need to keep things moving. Need to book a last-minute flight? Earn a $300 travel credit to cover that. Need to take a meeting before takeoff? Do it from the comfort of the Chase Sapphire Lounge by the club. Need to catch your breath before you board? Done. With $2,500 in annual value, the new Chase Sapphire Reserve for Business is the card that gives back all you put in. Visit chase.com/reserve business to learn more. Cards issued by JPMorgan Chase Bank and a member FDIC, subject to credit approval. Terms apply.
Every leap in American history has needed breakthrough energy.
Ignition, liftoff.
Now, AI is here, and Chevron is working to power it. We're aiming to develop multi-gigawatt power plants near data centers, designed with future pathways to lower carbon intensity. AI gets the power it needs, communities get the jobs, and the grid stays strong. Powering AI today builds America's next superpower.
The Stone Zone, entertaining and informative.
On the Red Apple Podcast Network.
Thank you again for listening. My name is Ken Matthews. You can find me all over social media. You can email me directly, ken@kenmatthewsmedia.com, which happens to be my website, kenmatthewsmedia.com. And before I forget, join Red Apple Audio Networks, AARP, New York City, the Police Athletic League, Gristedes, and D'Agostino's Supermarkets, and Nationwide Imaging Services as they deliver holiday meals. More than 5,000 families will get holiday meals across the city. Go to redappleaudionetworks.com/turkey. This holiday season, help the Red Apple Audio Networks feed those in need. Your donation helps put a meal on the table of a family in need. That can change someone's entire... I'm going to go out on the limit and say it could change someone's entire life if they have a memorable Christmas, and you can help them do it. Your donation helps put a meal on their table. That's redappleaudionetworks.com/turkey. I want to get back to now. Let's deep dive into the $38 trillion worth of debt that we have. The modern banking system manufactures money out of nothing. Now, for people who don't know, if you're not a history geek, the Bank of England and the Federal Reserve are very similar in their techniques, and they have a very close relationship. The process is perhaps the most astounding piece of sleight of hand that was ever invented. This is a quote. Banking was conceived in inequity and born in sin. Bankers own the earth, take it away from them, but leave them the power to create money, and with a flick of a pen, they will create enough money to buy it back again. Take this great power away from them, and all great fortunes like mine will disappear. For then this would be a better and happier world to live in. But if you want to continue to be slaves of the bankers and pay the cost of your own slavery, then let bankers continue to create money and control credit. That is the chairman of the Bank of England in 1927, Sir Josiah Stamp, the second richest man in Britain in 1927. Even he disliked the bankers. You always hear talk of the bankers, right? Well, it is a group of bankers, and that's what the Federal Reserve is. The Federal Reserve is a private corporation. It's not the American this or the American that. We have to borrow from them, and they charge us interest on our own money. And that's what makes the whole banking thing go round. That's why there's trillions and trillions of dollars in interest. And that's why the taxes are always going to go up. The Federal Reserve Act was passed through Congress the 23rd of December, 1913, in the dark of night. I think it was like 2:30 a.m. There were only a handful of people left. And they do this in every country. Every single country where the central bank takes over or one private entity is loaning money to the government, because it's a great way for the bankers at the top to clean up. Here's what President Woodrow Wilson had to say in 1917. This is 4 years after the Federal Reserve Act. I am a most unhappy man, said President Wilson. I have unwittingly ruined my country. A great industrial nation is controlled by its system of credit. Our system of credit is concentrated. The growth of a nation, therefore, and all our activities are in the hands of just a few men that control the banks. I just thought I'd throw that out there. You know, tomorrow when you're in the drive-thru, don't get angry at the teller. It's not her fault. I'm Ken Matthews. Have a wonderful rest of your week. I'll see you soon. Thanks again for tuning in.
Thanks for for listening to The Stone Zone with Roger Stone. You can hear The Stone Zone with Roger Stone weeknights at 8 on 77 WABC. If you like the podcast, share it with your friends and listen anytime at WABCRadio.com and download the WABC Radio app. Hit that subscribe button on all major podcast platforms. Plus, follow WABC on social on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and X. See you next time for a new episode so you never have to wonder.
What the heck is going on here?
Take my word for it. I live there. Come to Florida. Get pre-approved right now with my guy Michael Kotze. Call him at 561-441-2730. He's got Choice Mortgage and a great real estate team. Get pre-approved right now. Michael Kotze, 561-441-2730. Buy in Florida right now. Don't wait. Save money on state taxes. Make your move today with Choice Mortgage. Trust me, Florida is waiting. This guy's so good, he did my commercials in Florida too. Mike Kotze, 561-441-2730. All right.
Hey, Ryan Reynolds here, wishing you a very happy half-off holiday, because right now Mint Mobile is offering you the gift of 50% off unlimited. To be clear, that's half price, not half the service. Mint is still premium unlimited wireless for a great price. So that means a half day, yeah? Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, equivalent to $15 per month required. New customer offer for first 3 months only. Speeds slow after 35 gigabytes if network's busy. Taxes and fees extra. See mintmobile.com.